Now to an Eyewitness News investigation. An alleged gang of sheriff's deputies within the LA County Sheriff's Department known as the Executioners. Their alleged tattoo depicts a skeleton in flames, an AK-47, and a Nazi-style helmet. Miriam Hernandez has a closer look at the pressure mounting on the department to open their files on any groups like this.
From inside the Compton Sheriff Station, a deputy's claim filed with the county about an aggressive band of his cohorts allegedly in control. According to the claim, members are branded with a sinister logo,
which is a skeleton wearing a Nazi helmet with an AK-47 laughing,
and go by a sinister name, the Executioners, which according to the claim does not allow African American or female members. Deputy Art Gonzalez alleges the deputy gang is trampling on the rights of citizens and targeting him as a whistleblower.
Deputy Gonzalez, he's afraid for his safety right now, as he should be. This is a violent gang, violence, shootings, beatings.
Why y'all beating him?
Claims of excessive force and much more. And the timing.
Defund the police! Defund the police!
As community outcry demands systemic change, allegations in the filing claim that as many as 40% of Compton deputies are inked executioners or prospects. Rumblings reaching the sheriff.
Well, first of all, there is no gang of any deputies running any station right now. This matter has already been receiving very swift administrative action. We've already taken positive steps.
Pressure for change is intensifying. Professor Sean Kennedy at Loyola Law School releasing a 2-year study of deputy gangs, including the Executioners.
Often, the inking is attached to some kind of act of violence, including a shooting. It's the ultimate expression of your commitment to policing and your commitment to the deputy gang.
The complainant, Deputy Art Gonzalez, is a former U.S. Marine decorated for his service in Iraq, Afghanistan. Here in Compton, once praised for speedy action to save a 4-year-old boy shot in the head. The tipping point? Gonzalez says he witnessed a deputy executioner assaulting a fellow deputy. Gonzalez called a confidential tip line for internal affairs. To his shock, he says in his claim, the recording was intercepted.
Is within 48 hours, a recording of his supposedly anonymous call was leaked to the gang at the station.
He also reports that graffiti appeared at the station entrance.
Art is a rat, and that was placed at the keypad to get into the parking lot. So that's the most visible place in the entire station.
Compton, a flashpoint for high-profile crimes. Recently, the armored SUV of rapper YG in the middle of a shootout. And an 18-year-old security guard, Andres Guardado, chased by 2 Compton deputies, shot 5 times in the back. Evidence of the secret deputy pack emerged in the wrongful death shooting case of Dante Taylor. Compton deputy Samuel Aldama forced to reveal his tattoo, saying that about 20 deputies at the Compton station have the same ink.
Skeletons, which is a symbol of death. There are flames on Aldama's tattoo, which symbolizes he's emerging from hell. There's an AK-47.
The Taylor family attorney put up huge billboards looking for potential victims. Aldama denied the group is a gang. The county settled for $7 million.
This is all taxpayers' money. So, yes, the taxpayers should be very worried. Criminal defense lawyers are going to be lining up, making motions for new trials.
The Gonzalez claim alleges the executioners brokered a deal to amp up arrest numbers. Members of the public were stopped for minor infractions. According to the Loyola study, sheriffs over the last 5 decades have been unable or unwilling to dismantle the deputy gangs. And the money paid out to settle lawsuits when they are caught crossing the line.
The Inspector General gave me a ballpark estimate based on just public information that it's at least $50 million. I think in reality, it's got to be much, much more.
Villanueva says he is the first sheriff to impose a policy forbidding such groups. The Inspector General says today there is no evidence that the sheriff has pursued any house cleaning. The county's watchdogs want the sheriff's records on all deputy gangs and the names of all members. The sheriff says due process laws protect deputies from such disclosure. As for Gonzalez now, he wants compensation for the years he had planned to serve, but now cannot.
Once you run afoul of the department, and you blow the whistle on illegal conduct within the LA County Sheriff's Department, your career is over.
Started feel like shit, hand to the worst. I wouldn't even make a dial if you put me on the climb. Let me be there for a while. When I look into your eyes, I don't see the same smile. Probably blame me for the drugs I was on before you found me.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Matt B, aka PiFF. Thank you for checking out another video. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Tell me what you think about the video down below. If you disagree with what you hear, feel free to hit that dislike button. Don't matter to me, YouTube don't pay me anyway. So shout out to my boy Carlos, a close friend of mine and a subscriber of mine. He sent me this video, and when I seen it and I looked at it, I wasn't even too surprised about this situation, so I just wanted to bring it out to those who watch me and who isn't aware of this. So for the past few years, I've been living out in Vegas, and I became aware of the gangs that they have under the police force in Los Angeles. And I thought that this was something that, you know, it should be something that's like viral, you know, something that's like national news or whatnot. But every time that this situation pops up, it always finds a way to get buried. So I just wanted to just try to come out and bring it out on my channel, and, you know, those who isn't aware of, you know, what's going on in Los Angeles or whatnot, or just going on period, because I'm pretty sure Los Angeles is not the only city that has those type of gangs linked to their police departments. So in a muck, as everybody is talking about, you know, Blue Lives Matters and everything else, and police brutality, you know, is one of the main topics that's going on in the world right now, and pretty much here in the U.S. mainly. And just to sit back and just to reflect and think about, like, you know, the type of police, you know, police enforcement that, you know, we run across as people or as a black person. You know, now, you know, it's just so skeptic. Like, you don't know if the police officer that's pulling you over is in a specific type of gang or has any type of grudge or anything towards, you know, you or your race or a particular gang that they think that you're in, you know. And so I just think that this is one of the most dangerous things possible going on in the police force, besides, you know, quote unquote KKK officers or slave patrollers or whatever y'all want to call them nowadays. But like I said, I don't feel like this is the only place where there's organized crime going on in the police department. And I feel like, you know, out of everything that's going on, we should spend a lot of time in digging into our local police departments and just, you know, just cropping out the bullshit, you know, basically. And so a lot of our police forces are just plain, to me, I've been calling them gangs for years. Living out of Pittsburgh, I'm actually back out in Pittsburgh right now. I remember back in the late 2000s when I first moved to Pittsburgh, how, you know, they would call task force, they call them Tizzy, or, you know, they just basically the pop-out boys. And I was, you know, they popped out on me numerous amount of times. I'd be by myself and they popped out on me. So, and it's really dangerous and scary. And then at that time, you know, being in my late teens and then my early 20s, you know, is a very scary situation. You know, when you got 4 or 5 white dudes, you know, bigger than you, jumping out of a car with guns on them and hemming you up and doing all kinds of things to you. So I just think that, you know, we should take time, and we need to, we really need to take this situation serious. I really don't have a lot to say on this specific topic because the video says it for itself. And, you know, I think we all should be concerned when it comes to our policing. So, you know, like I said, at the time we're talking about defunding the police brutality, and KKK all through the police force. To me, honestly, I feel like the gang or the mob, you know, has more control over the police didn't save the state or the government. But that's just my thought. What do I know? But I also want to add before I get up out of here that as people, as we're coming up, we never think that being a police officer is a positive thing. So our police forces get filled with guys like these. They get filled with people with hatred. They get filled with people who has no what's the best word I'm trying to say here? They have no idea what to do with do within these communities. Pretty much the urban communities, especially if they live in the suburban areas, they have no chance of knowing or how to deal with people in our community as a black person. So I just say it like this, man, as the year is going on, we need to find ways to plant our own people that care about us, and we know that they're not in any gang affiliation, they're not dirty, they're not corrupt, they're not, they're just not on the wrong side of the law. And it's time that, we need to start taking our police forces serious. Like mad serious. Like I said, we headed in the wrong direction. And if we let the police force get filled with gangs out the ass, then who's really gonna protect us? I'm pretty sure if they protect themselves, then their people first before they protect any other category or group or whatever, however you want to name people. But yeah, it's a crazy world, and there's a lot of things that we need to fix, and I think that this is one of the main things we need to fix. Stop talking about police brutality. Stop talking about well, I ain't gonna say stop talking about police brutality, but I am gonna say we need to talk about police practices and who's filling up our police forces. All right, love y'all. Thank you for checking out the video, and see you in the next video. Peace.
Started feel like shit, heading to the worst. I wouldn't even make a dime if you put me on the climb. Let me be there for a while. When I look into your eyes, I don't see the same smile. Probably blame me for the drugs. I was on them before you found me. Seem like everybody judged me, so I ain't worried.